What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you another Total War Rome 2 online battle. This is another battle played in the Blade Balance mod. This is actually a second round game between Lusitani Noble and Johnning Firefly in the Blade Balance tournament that was held a long time ago. That's not yet done, sorry. I'm just pretty bad at organizing tournaments. So Lusitani Noble and Johnning Firefly. Let's take a look at what Lusitani. Which faction do you think Lusitani Noble has picked? Oh yeah, no surprise here. It's Lusitani, and Jaw has picked Gedai on the other hand. So let's take a look at what Lusitani Noble has brought with Lusitani. It's going to be interesting because Lusitani they are definitely one of the factions that have been buffed in Blade Balance. The Scutari Cav are the same, but and he's brought 4 of them. He's brought 1 Iberian Cav that can do pretty decently. The Iberian Cav have 10 bonus for his infantry, but they are very fragile, so only if they get rear charges can they be honestly pretty good. He's brought a total of 4 veteran shield warriors and a couple of Lusitani nobles. The Lusitani nobles are going to be kept on his right flank, trying to overpower one flank. They of course have shield wall now, which makes them much deadlier because it improves their melee defense, but of course it comes with the risk that it bugs out, shield wall bugs out, and then they just like stand around doing nothing while they get hit in the rear. That's always the threat, I mean the risk. He's brought 3 Balearic Slingers and 3 Iberian Swordsmen in front of them. Pretty expensive meat shields if you ask me, and not very worthwhile meat shields in that sense. Much better kept on the flanks and then like fire their javelins. At least that's what I think. He's brought a couple of Scutari Spearmen up in front too. These guys are always decent units. Cost a fair bit for a spear unit, but you know, they have more javelins now, so which makes them slightly better. Let's take a look at what Jaw's brought. And one thing that immediately strikes is that Jaw has not brought any bow horsemen, which is crazy. I mean, against a faction like Lusitani, not bringing bow horsemen is pretty suicidal, because you're going to get the maximum number of kills from your bow horse and from your like Dacian heavy bowmen and you know, units like that. Besides them, he's brought instead of them he's brought a total of 5 spear horsemen, and he's brought a total of 4 noble swords is what I remember, including a noble swords general whom he's kept in the center, and he's interspersed them with some armored spears. So before the battle begins, tactical question number 1, kind of predictive question. Pause the video now and let me know what you guys think. Do you think the armored spears will be used in a way that they'll fire all? I think they have 2 or 3 full precursor volleys, so they can get 2 or 3 proper charges and like fire their ammo and then pull back. Do you think that'll happen? If that happens, do you think that'll be a cost-effective engagement? While the spear horsemen charge in, hit a lot of the Iberian swordsmen, but the Iberian cavalry getting a few kills on spear horsemen while they pull away. Balearic Slingers, is that an Iberian Slinger? That's 1 Iberian Slinger, and 2 Iberian Slingers and 1 Balearic. The Balearic took the maximum amount of damage. The Scutari Spearmen lost a lot of men there trying to hit the noble swords. Here, the Scutari Cavalry about to charge into the mercenary Falksmen, while some mercenary axe warriors who are on the flank supporting the Falksmen come in to charge there. Falksmen don't get any kills. The Iberian Cavalry dies. You can't use it in a frontal fashion. The armored spears, of course, have their javelins now. As you can see, they're firing into them. The Scutari Cav used very aggressively by Lusitani Noble without any protection from the Scutari Spearmen. And this Scutari Cav has been isolated and is just about ready to die. They've lost only 11 men. Falksmen have got a decent number of kills on the Scutari Cav. Noble Swords taking some damage from the Balearic Slingers. Balearic Slingers only 3 kills so far. Iberian Slingers won't do much. Again, some Dacian heavy bowmen would trade very cost effectively. I mean, he could just completely ignore the slingers and then hit the Iberian swordsman or the Lusitani noble and just kill off a very vital part of the army, because more than anything actually, the 4 veteran shield warriors will do very well. I mean, 2 Lusitani nobles will trade pretty cost effectively against 2 of the noble swords, but 4 veteran shield warriors against, you know, 2 noble swords, that's something that the veteran shield warriors will win every time. They are still not very great units. They have the 55 health, which is their biggest downfall, along with their low armor. But the armored spears are definitely a unit that you wouldn't trust to win out in any sort of engagement against the veteran shield warriors, unless the armored spears can they stay in a sort of like versatile, like fluid role. They come in, they throw their javelins, and they move back, they run away, and then let the noble swords come in for a charge against the depleted veteran shields. Because you can definitely think that the veteran shields will lose at least like 10 to 15 men on each precursor volley. They just don't have any armor at all. Neither do the Lusitani nobles, but I mean, that's 30 armor for the veteran shields, which is just absolutely dog shit. Piss poor armor. For now, Jaw is moving back, content with moving back. He's not won the initial engagement, but he's dealt some casualties. He's lost quite a few units as well. Spear Horseman here, 43 men. The Spear Horseman, he's not lost too many. I think he had like 5, and he's lost one Spear Horseman. But he's killed off an enemy Iberian Cav. Some of the Skutari Cav are pretty depleted, and he's got a few kills on the Balearic Slingers as well, and of course a lot of kills on the Iberian Swordsman. So he's going to push up with the on the left flank. And you know what? Yeah, Dacian Bowmen, even some Dacian Heavy Skirmishers would do well. The Dacian Heavy Skirmishers, of course, have a big advantage over the Dacian Heavy Bowmen in that they have the shield, which blocks a good 40% of missiles, whereas the Dacian Heavy Bowmen don't have anything. And it looks like the guys are just going to run up. Spear Horsemen can't be used this way, especially since there are a lot of Skutari Cav that are remaining. But the Spear Horsemen go to charge in, hit a lot of the Iberian Swordsmen, should pull through and hit some of the Iberian Slingers as well, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to eat some of the javelins from the Lusitania Noble, but it looks like, yeah, there we go. Oh no, he's not going to charge. Oh, there we go. Yeah, some of the javelins from the Lusitania Noble hits the Spear Horseman, and here the Iberian Swordsmen not going to do much. Armored Spear is going to come in. They're going to toss their javelins as well, I would assume. Some friendly fire going on here. While the Spear Horsemen come to rear charge, the Noble Swords throws their javelins up. And left flank, nothing going on. But the main line is going to crumble. The initial front line of Lusitania Noble is going to crumble. And the Skutari Spearmen down to 60 man, haven't done anything at all. The Armored Spears, on the other hand, have done a decent bit of damage. But Jaw is pulling back with his Noble Swords, strangely enough. And now, this would be a perfect time to throw those javelins of those Armored Spears onto the Lusitania Noble General. And they can actually pull back pretty easily. If they do get caught, they can turn on cavalry counter-tactics and then kill off the chasing Skutari Cav. Here, the Spear Horsemen going to charge into Lusitania Noble, knock down quite a few of them, and then the Axe Warriors are going to come in. And so are the Foxmen. Beautiful work here by Jaw. This could be a very deadly trade for Jaw. Skutari Cav going to die, but the Lusitania Nobles haven't taken much damage at all. On the other flank, nothing's happening, and I'm just surprised that the Foxmen didn't get a proper charge in. Because the Lusitania Noble should have lost a lot of men now, and they're going to kill off the Spear Horsemen easily. Axe Warriors is going to get rear charged by the Skutari Cav. Skutari Cav lost like 10 men from that one javelin from the Armored Spears. And this is where you should, issue a second separate attack order so that the Armored Spears can throw even more javelins. That's how you'd want to get the most out of your Armored Spears. Here the Armored Spears fire into a mixture of veteran shields and Balearic Slingers. Most of it hit the Balearic Slingers, I would think. Veteran shields lose some men, but then they're just going to absolutely hammer the Armored Spears. Again, being very, very brave with his Spear Horseman, his Jaw. He should come in to rear charge the Veteran Shields. Veteran Shields won't do very well against a rear charge, but the Armored Spears just get completely hammered by Veteran Shield Warriors. And now the Noble Swords throw whatever remaining javelins they have. In this sort of engagement, I would expect the Lusitania Noble General to win. I think I would, yeah. Yeah, you can see they've lost a shit ton of men, the Noble Swords General. That's insane how they lost so many men. There's probably something I'm not looking at. Crazy. Noble Swords here, trying to overpower the flanks, killing off the Lusitania Noble. The Foxmen get slaughtered by Iberian Slingers, and then a charge from the Skutari Cav to kill them off. And this Noble Sword is pouring in through the flanks, through the gap, and very smartly retreating his Veteran Shield Warriors, but they're forced to come in and engage, get a decent charge in against the Noble Swords. But the Noble Swords will kill them off very quickly. Noble Swords General here with Shield Wall, Battle Rhythm. But oh, this is so bad. The Noble Swords General is about to get rear charged by Veteran Shield Warriors. And Veteran Shield Warriors, oh man, they are really going to do a lot of damage. But I think he comes in with the charge, not really sure. Yeah, the Veteran Shield Warriors get a proper charge in, mostly uninterrupted, I think. And the Noble Swords General this is like really bad. But the Spear Horsemen come in for a counter charge against the Veteran Shields. But all in all, the General is not looking good. Where's the General? Is the General dead? What? General's fucking dead? General recently died. God damn, the General got hammered. Lusitania Noble just fucking beasting out. And here the Lusitania Nobles did well. The Noble Swords General recently died, which is a huge morale penalty to inflict. But these are pretty, high morale units for the most part. The Foxmen get a proper charge in, against the veteran shield warriors, but their charge is sort of like blunted by the fact that the veteran shield warriors have such insane melee defense that most of their melee attacks just didn't hit. The Foxmen have pretty poor melee attack, got excellent weapon damage, but if the melee attack, the low melee attack paired with the high melee defense of the veteran shields means that most of the Foxmen's hits don't land on the veteran shields, that high weapon damage is not going to mean anything. So Noble Swords here attacked in the rear, not looking good for Jaw at all. The Armored Spears come in for a charge against the Lusitani Noble General, but Lusitani Noble with his General is going to do really well here. He still hasn't even used Headhunt on his General, which is just insane. No idea how his Lusitani units have just beasted out this engagement. I mean, if Lusitani Noble is watching, please let me know. This is crazy. 26 charge bonus on the Armored Spears means that they will, again, it's the same thing. They have very low melee attack, and the veteran shield warriors have extremely high melee defense. So despite the fact that they have a decent charge bonus, I don't think they'll get too many kills. They get a fair few kills. They pop shield. I think shield screen is popped. No, shield screen is not popped. Yeah, I think he made a big mistake in using Armored Spears. No need to bring so many Armored Spears against Lusitani. If anything, he could have brought heavy spears for 100 talents less and then used them for the same like javelin purpose. This Armored Spear in shield screen, 100 melee defense. But still, the Lusitani Noble General is going to beast that out. But, losing a fair few men. Noble Swords here with 89 men, killing off the flank very quickly. And still another Noble Sword remains against a veteran shield warrior, but and the veteran shields are starting to drop pretty quickly, but veteran shields at 75 men left here. Scutari Cav coming in, lots of maneuverability left. The Armored Spears never really going to last in solitary engagements like that. Despite one of them doing fairly decently, I think most of them, yeah, actually they did okay, but I don't know. With Dacian Heavy Bowmen, I think Gedai could easily have won this. With Bow Horsemen especially, Gedai could have won this very, very easily. Because that's the big thing that Lusitani don't have. Lusitani don't have meat shields. So if you're coming up against a faction without meat shields, then that's just a dream scenario for Bow Horsemen. Here Iberian Slinger is going to just pelt the Noble Swords. Not like it's really going to matter much because the Iberian Slingers have they have the lowest slingshot. Lowest damage slingshot. But the Balearic Slinger, if the Balearic Slinger still is alive, yeah, the Balearic Slingers did well. 57 kills, single XP chevron. Could just have been the whoa, nice. How do I take these fucking screenshots, man? How do I know? It's just, I'm just so good, dude. Why is he so good? So the Balearic Slingers could just have been the silent MVPs of this game. If all those kills came from the general, from the noble killing the enemy Noble Swords general, then they could have easily just won this game for Lusitani Noble. Armored Spears for Jaw did decently. I mean, for the most part, they've done okay. But again, these could have their performance could have been replicated by the fact that, or by Dacian Heavy Bowmen or Bow Horsemen. Like a fucking dance, dude. Holy shit. You really didn't need to spend that much effort to kill off a Balearic Slinger. But yeah, Noble Swords did okay. I think the Noble Swords general just got hammered in the at the start of the game, which is what led to a morale panic, and got some of the units to rout prematurely. And yeah, the Axe Warriors with their axes won't do much against the low armor and high melee defense of Lusitani. So all in all, fun game. I mean, the Gedai are definitely probably one of the strongest factions in Blade Balance. And Lusitani, definitely a good faction, but I would probably say that Gedai is stronger. But if you don't bring the right tools with Gedai, then you can't really expect to win against Lusitani, especially against the buffed up Lusitani nobles. Not even a Cantabrian Cav brought by Lusitani. So yeah, just goes to show. I would have brought, I think, a Cantabrian Cav. Let me know what you guys think. What is your definition of a good Lusitani army in Blade Balance? Would it include Cantabrian Cavs? And would it include, how many Balearic Slingers would it include? 0 or 2 or 3? Let me know. How many Lusitani Nobles would it include? So yeah, let's take a look at the stats. The Noble Swords, all in all, this is not the sort of return that you'd want from your noble swords. You'd want at least some of them, like two of them, getting double XP chevrons. All in all, they did just about okay. The armored spears, for example, the noble swords did just about as well as armored spears, which is crazy. Spear horsemen, I think, despite some reckless play, they did okay for the most part. The axe warriors didn't do much, and the foxmen also could have done a lot better. I think the foxmen. But anyway, well played to Lustai Noble. He moves on to, I think, the finals or the semifinals now. Fun game to watch. Thank you for sending it to me, Lustai Noble. Hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.